If you've ever bought or sold a house, you know that 3%, you have to pay 3% to the real estate agent on both sides of the transaction, so 6% total. And here we're going to talk to Level Re, who is coming out with a new system that helps you buy and sell real estate for a lot less. And we're going to see it right now. Who are you?
Hey, my name is Steve Rapetti, and I am the chairman and CTO of Level Re. My day job is I'm managing partner of Crunchfire Ventures. We invest in startup companies. This one happened to be so cool, we actually took management roles in it as well to help get it off the ground.
Very cool. And who is it for?
So this is for consumers, but it's also for agents out there as well. We are disrupting the real estate industry, both on the business side as well as the technology side.
Yeah. Now, if you sell a house today, you usually go to something like Coldwell Banker or someplace, and you're paying them 3%. Now, they do stuff for that, right? They get you in the MLS, they show the house off, the blah, blah, blah. Do your agents do the same thing if I'm selling a house?
Sure. So you're referring to licensed real estate brokers,
yeah.
And these are guys found throughout the country, and they've been around for quite some time, and they provide a terrific service to consumers. We are exactly the same thing. We are also licensed brokers throughout the United States. What we're doing is also leveraging the power of the internet and technology to bring in efficiencies in the cost, the value proposition, as well as performance. So faster, better, cheaper, truly.
Now, you were showing me off before the cameras turned on and showing me around, and it seems to do everything from listing the property to doing the paperwork, right?
Do you have an iPhone in your pocket? Steve?
I do.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that. It's blasting my line.
You bump. Oh.
Is it his line or mine? Mine's on.
It was probably right by the cord there.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn yours off, Robert. I'm still. It's not as bad. Just turn it off. Okay, you were talking to me before about.
Do we need to start over? What do you want to do?
No, that's good. It wasn't so bad. So let's just go with that.
All right.
All right, go.
So before the cameras turned on, you were showing me around, and it seems to do everything from listing the property all the way through all the paperwork that you have to do. You know, when I bought my house, I had to sign about 500 documents on every page. You know, it was a real pain in the butt. Is that true? Do you take me through the whole thing?
Yeah, so we are an entire end-to-end process. Again, we're leveraging the internet, document signing and real-time communications and transactional recording and dashboards and all the cool stuff that one would expect real estate to be doing. Well, we're actually doing it.
So how do you do it for 1% when everybody else is doing it for 3%?
So what we've done is two things. One is we are using technology and automation to reduce the costs and increase efficiency. So our costs
Give me an example.
aren't as well. So as an example, typically if you wanted to put an offer in on a property, you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork. You have to find out, get it in the hands of the agent, representing the seller. The agent has to get that documentation, then has to get in front of their buyer, or the owner of the properties, review it, and then, that could take a day or days with that process.
I remember sitting out in front of a house and in the early 90s, and there was a bidding war. And so the agent would come out to our car and go, hey, the price now is $310. And I was like, how about 320? And we go, well, somebody else outbid you, and we eventually decided not to do that. But that's sort of where real estate is again in Silicon Valley and New York and certain places around the world. There's these bidding wars. Yeah. So tell me how you help that process.
So we've brought the real-time nature into all of this stuff. So you can go online and make an offer on any property, whether it's a Level Re property or anybody's property for that matter. Yeah. And as part of that, go in, make an offer. It takes about 30 seconds. Fill it out, submit it, and if the seller is on Level Re, they'll get it instantly. If they're not, then it can get forwarded over to the agent in a more traditional way. But if they're on Level Re, they'll receive it instantly. They can then respond to it instantly. They can counter, they can reject it, they can accept it. Level Re is, again, a national licensed brokerage, so we're there to help through the whole process. This is not a do-it-yourself thing. You don't have to guess We're there just like any other agent. We're just leveraging technology and automation.
Now, do you, part of the process of buying a home is having somebody show you around?
Yeah.
You know, when I moved to Microsoft, they actually assigned me a real estate agent, said this guy's going to take you around and help you buy a house, right? Do you have local agents like that I can actually say, hey, I need to visit houses and go see them?
Yeah, so what we've done is two things in that regard. So one, we said, what's the core stuff that is really fundamental to buying and selling real estate? Whatever that core is, and it turns out you can actually define what that is. Everything from the marketing to the legal, the licensing, the professional advice, the hand-holding, all of those things. Yeah. But then there's a whole bunch of stuff which is optional. I mean, is it really the same? Is there a same value proposition if I take somebody around for 1 hour and they buy a house, or I end up driving around for days and days and days and days? There's different value propositions. Likewise, on the seller side, if I list my house and it sells tomorrow, is it really worth paying that large commission when it could have been on the market for 60 or 90 days from that? So what we did is we said, what's that core amount, that core element? And that's what we charge for that 1%.
Okay.
Everything else you may or may not need. We've created an a la carte system where, again, it's all technology based. You go online. If you want to have someone show your house for you, then you can either do it yourself or we can do that for you and we'll charge a small fee. If you want us to drive you around in a limo, we'll be happy to do that as well. Again, we'll charge a small fee associated with that. And we're not in the business to make money off of those services. What we're really in the business is to help sell the properties, hook up buyers with the sellers, and provide value.
Yeah. Can we see it and sort of see what makes it Level Re special?
Heck yeah.
All right.
So right on the home page, by the way, this works on all devices, laptops, desktops, mobile, everything, platform independent. Lots of information on the site, but there's a calculator, so you can go right in and say, gee, if my house is $500,000 and my first mortgage is $400,000, 8%, and I'll put an extra second mortgage on, which is like most people in this country, unfortunately. The system will then calculate savings so that people get an idea of what this is. This is not a discount brokerage. This is not a for sale by owner. This is a full service brokerage, which is a la carte. You pick what you need, only pay for what you need, and that's a fundamental difference.
Got it.
But we are a full blown brokerage. So it explains, if you're a seller, we charge 1% commission instead of 3%. In some cases, that's upwards of an 80% savings over the traditional model. On the buy side, we also, if we represent you and we help you find a house and then help you through the transaction, we'll rebate you 1% as well. So that gives you additional leverage in how much you can buy or how much you're willing to offer.
Yep.
So fundamentally, you can come on and as a seller, all the details that you need. You also get a dashboard. We'll look at it in just a second. But you get access to not just this property, but multiple properties if you are tracking multiple properties. There's also a social network aspect about it, a home for your home, if you will. So you can also track places I've lived before or places I want to live, and then share that on social media. There's a whole embedded piece like that. Yeah. It's all free. On the buy side, we are interacting with all of the major feeds out there for data sources. So we're tapping into the MLS and some of the information discovery sites like Zillow and Trulia and those folks. So for us, it's fundamentally wherever you want to go find real estate, and there's a lot of great places on the internet, including Level Re, with this, that we just encourage that. There's a terrific amount of tools there. But when you're ready to actually do the transaction, come to Level Re and we'll save you a lot of money. Yeah. So.
Now, do you put a sign on my lawn and all that fun stuff too, or?
Yes, we do. Again, we are full service brokerage. So if we go to Seattle and let's look for a high-end property, how about, well, there we go. We found some properties. So here's some properties that we found out on the system. We literally could go to any of these properties right now.
Now you're getting these off the MLS listing?
Yeah, yes, okay. This is all real time. So whatever is posted, we're seeing it instantaneously. There's no delay with any of this. But we can go to Level Re and make an offer right now. And what we're doing is, again, unlike being at one site, we're taking information from multiple sites and we're aggregating the information. So we're taking the best of all worlds. So
now, what if I needed to actually go visit the properties? Because that's always part of it. You want to go and make sure you know what you're buying.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do online with this. And then if you actually want us to drive you around, or if you want us to show the property, then that's extra. We don't want you to have to pay for things you don't need, but if you need it, we're there. We're there for you. And even if you were to use all of these extras, it would still be cheaper than a traditional brokerage. But as it turns out, if you just need the core stuff to buy or sell real estate, then you're just going to pay us 1%, and we're going to rebate the buyer 1%.
Yeah, got it. How is this funded? How did you get it to this point?
Well, it's 95% funded by Crunchfire Ventures, of which I'm the managing partner with my partner Frank. And we are a very unusual venture firm. We are very active investors. Our portfolio is relatively small. We have 6 companies. And we take active interest in all of them, not just board level, but very, very active. Yeah. Our model does not scale, but it also means that our track record is very, very good. So right now we're batting 1,000. Ask me in a couple of years if we're still batting 1,000, but we're working on it. Yeah. So this happens to be a very, very interesting company for us. And it's the first one that we've actually taken a more active management role in this company. We helped pivot to what it is today. And we've put a tremendous amount of technology and financial resources behind this. Yeah.
Part of the thing in being a disruptor is you don't have the brand name, you don't seem safe to a buyer or seller. How can I trust you when Coldwell Banker's been around for years and years and years and has a whole track record? What do you say to that kind of buyer who's sort of reticent about dealing with a new player in this space?
Well, so the folks behind this have got pretty good resumes. In fact, Todd Siegel, who's the CEO of this company, has closed over 14,000 transactions. He was the South Florida realtor for sale by owner. I don't know if I should say it out loud. He's also a lawyer and a CPA, so he's got a really good background with that. The other thing that we did is we put a full 100% money back guarantee on this. If you end up buying any extra services and then don't sell your house, we'll refund 100% of those dollars. And so that's putting your money where your mouth is on all this. We think we have a superior value proposition. We're interested in having a superior customer experience. And those two things will see us be very, very successful. And our customers smile a lot. Yeah. So we think anyway.
Well, it makes sense for somebody who is going to put a little bit more effort into it on their own part and doesn't want to pay the full boat. For me, when I was buying property, I needed the hand holding. So
well, and so that's still available for you. And with Level Re, again, it's being able to take just the pieces that you want out there. So if it turns out that you need hand holding, you don't want to show your property, you want to make sure that all the stuff is handled, you can still do that through Level Re. And you'll pay more than 1%, but you won't pay as much as the 3%. Yeah. So that's what we mean. We're the first full-service online real estate brokerage.
Very cool. Where do we learn more about it?
www.levelre.com.
Very cool. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks.